Want to understand the true depth of Thorfinn's redemption arc in Vinland Saga Season 2? This video will break down the key moments of his transformation, analyze the motivations behind his actions, and reveal the profound message it conveys. Introduction: a brutal past, a new path. When we first meet Thorfinn, he's not the peaceful soul we come to know later. He's a boy consumed by vengeance. After witnessing the murder of his father, the honorable warrior Thorfinn devotes his life to a singular goal: killing Askeladd, the man responsible. His childhood is forged in blood and fire, serving in Askeladd's mercenary band while dreaming of revenge in a violent world where strength is everything. Season 1 paints a vivid picture of a young man caught in the spiral of hate, desperate to reclaim the honor lost on that fateful day. Thorfinn's early years are relentlessly brutal. From battlefield carnage to personal duels, his life is shaped by war and suffering. He becomes a hardened warrior, skilled and ruthless, but emotionally hollow. With each skirmish and each loss, Thorfinn loses pieces of himself, his innocence eroded by a world ruled by conquest. This intense violence isn't just action for spectacle, it's the foundation of his trauma and a stark reflection of the dark age he was born into. But that was just the beginning. With the death of Askeladd at the end of Season 1, Thorfinn's purpose is shattered, leaving a broken shell of a boy without direction. Season 2 picks up in the aftermath, not on a battlefield, but in a field, literally. As a slave on a farm, stripped of weapons and pride, Thorfinn is forced to confront the meaning of life beyond war. This season isn't just about survival, it's about redemption, rebirth, and the long, painful journey toward peace. For Thorfinn, the path ahead is no longer paved in blood, it's one he must forge with his own hands. The weight of guilt, facing the consequences. After years spent chasing vengeance, Thorfinn is left with nothing. Askeladd's death, ironically not by his hand, doesn't bring closure, it leaves a void. With his life's purpose ripped away, he's forced to sit with the ugly truth of everything he's done. The violence, the lives taken, the humanity lost. These memories haunt him. Season 2 strips away the warrior's mask to reveal a deeply traumatized young man, burdened by a past soaked in blood. No longer a soldier, Thorfinn becomes a prisoner of his own mind. For so long, Thorfinn believed revenge would bring him peace, but when that goal is stolen from him, he realizes just how hollow his existence has become. His guilt isn't just about the people he's hurt, it's about the person he's become. He's lost his father's ideals, his sense of self, and even his will to live. This emotional paralysis manifests in his quiet, empty demeanor as a slave. Where once he fought with fire, now he endures in silence, drowning in guilt and regret. Enter Einar, a fellow slave who has suffered deeply at the hands of the same violence Thorfinn once wielded. Their unlikely friendship becomes a turning point. Einar's pain and resilience force Thorfinn to see himself from a new perspective, not as a victim, but as a perpetrator. These interactions challenge his worldview and plant the seeds of redemption. Through backbreaking labor, quiet companionship, and shared suffering, Thorfinn begins to understand the value of life, peace, and responsibility. His time as a slave isn't just punishment, it's the beginning of a philosophical rebirth. The path to redemption, finding meaning. One of the most defining turning points in Thorfinn's arc is his encounter with Canute, now transformed from a timid prince into a calculating, ambitious king. Their reunion is no longer one of equals lost in chaos. It's a confrontation between two men who have survived war and emerged changed, each carrying the weight of their pasts. But while Canute seeks to reshape the world through power, Thorfinn chooses another path: peace. This moment forces Thorfinn to reflect deeply. Instead of picking up his sword again, he reaffirms his vow: I have no enemies. It's not just a rejection of violence, it's a declaration of a new identity. Ironically, Canute's vision of creating a utopia through conquest becomes a dark mirror to Thorfinn's newfound dream, Vinland, a land free of war, slavery, and domination. Once a boy who lived only to kill, Thorfinn now dreams of building something lasting. This dream doesn't come from a place of power, but from pain, a desire to make sure no one else suffers as he did. Where Canute sees control as the path to peace, Thorfinn sees freedom, forgiveness, and community. The idea of Vinland becomes his guiding light, a tangible goal that gives his suffering purpose. But redemption doesn't come easily. Even as Thorfinn works toward a peaceful life, his past never truly lets go. The faces of those he killed, the choices he made, the innocence he lost, they linger. He grapples with the question, can a man like him ever truly start over? His answer isn't immediate, nor is it easy. Through hard work, empathy, and humility, Thorfinn begins to earn his way forward one step at a time. The journey to Vinland isn't just a physical voyage, it's a moral one. A search not just for a better world, but for inner peace and forgiveness. The search for forgiveness, reconciling with the past. Thorfinn's complex relationship with his father Thors and the lingering resentment. Thorfinn's journey begins with love, turns to rage, and slowly circles back to understanding. His father Thors was a warrior who rejected violence and embraced peace, a man who lived by the belief that a true warrior need no sword. But young Thorfinn, full of pride and naivete, couldn't understand this at the time. After Thors' death, Thorfinn spent years resenting his father's ideals, believing them weak, even cowardly. He chased revenge instead of wisdom, blood instead of peace. It's only in the quiet fields of slavery and the absence of war that Thorfinn begins to grasp what his father truly stood for. This realization is painful. It forces him to confront not only what he lost, but how far he strayed from the man his father wanted him to become. At the heart of Thorfinn's arc is the need for forgiveness, not from the world, but from within. He must forgive his enemies, forgive his father, and ultimately forgive himself. This theme plays out subtly in moments of introspection, in the nightmares that torment him, and in the way he reacts to injustice around him. Thorfinn doesn't simply want to survive, he wants to atone. His refusal to kill, his deepening friendships, and his willingness to listen instead of fight are all signs of a man moving toward reconciliation with his past and with the future he hopes to create. What truly sets Thorfinn apart now is his growing sense of empathy. Where once he saw others only as obstacles or enemies, now he sees fellow humans, each carrying their own pain and burdens. His bond with Einar is built not on shared goals, but on shared suffering. Thorfinn learns to listen, to open his heart, and to understand perspectives beyond his own. This emotional maturity becomes his strength. In a world where violence is often the first response, Thorfinn's choice to approach others with compassion is a radical act and a powerful step toward true redemption. Conclusion: a new beginning for Thorfinn. Season 2 of Vinland Saga marks a profound turning point in Thorfinn's life, not through epic battles or grand victories, but through inner transformation. From a hollow warrior haunted by revenge, he evolves into a man seeking peace, purpose, and redemption. Stripped of everything, his sword, his freedom, even his identity, Thorfinn rebuilds himself from the ground up. His time as a slave is not just punishment, it's rebirth, and by the end of the season, we witness a Thorfinn who is no longer defined by rage, but by resolve. Vinland Saga Season 2 bravely shifts its focus from physical warfare to the battles waged within the soul. Through Thorfinn's quiet struggle, the story explores what it truly means to be free, not just from chains, but from hate, guilt, and the cycle of violence. Forgiveness, both given and received, becomes the path forward. And at its heart, the season asks a question that resonates far beyond its historical setting. Can someone who has done terrible things still find meaning, still choose peace, and still be worthy of a new life? For Thorfinn, the answer is yes, but only through pain, reflection, and human connection. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments which anime you're most hyped for this summer. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more anime content.